What's going on, guys? My name is Gorax, and today I'm gonna give you my top 5 reasons why you should consider Wildstar and give it a chance. If you haven't had the chance to play the open beta, you actually did miss out on a lot. It is a very nice way to get, kind of a head start on your opinion of the game. There's been a lot of discussion that the game is, this game is not gonna make it, it's got a comic graphic style, this is boring, we are in a time age where realistic graphics should be implemented and stuff like this. But they did it for a good reason, because these comic graphic styles, they actually have a big chance for a lot of improvements, and there's a lot you can do with this graphic style. It's not everybody's favorite, but you shouldn't, reduce the game to its graphics. It actually has a lot to offer. And here we go. My top 5 reasons. Number 1 here is the player housing. If you have watched my video before, I had a lot of fun customizing my house, and you can do a shitload of stuff. You have your own island, your own plot of land, and it is a floating island, and you can see in your close proximity, you can see other islands, other housing plots from other players, which is really cool. You've got a certain areas on your island where you can customize. You can put down a garden, raid dungeon entries, and you can make, get your crafting bench in there. There's a lot of shit you can change around there. And the house itself, you can buy different skins for the houses, different house types. And inside of the house, you can change anything you want. You can change the floor, the walls, the roof. You even can pin your bed on the wall if you if you want to sleep while standing, or if you're trying to be a bed, turn it around upside down and pin it to the wall. There's a lot of stuff you can do with the housing system, and I think this is really refreshing. And yeah, I mean, these today games without housing, they should reconsider stuff. I mean, even ArcAge has a housing system in it already, so it's really refreshing, and that you have your own island makes me feel pretty special anyway. Number 2 is humor. This game takes a different approach. It has a lot of sarcasm in there and a lot of dark humor, which I personally like very much. In each area you go in, you have a specific quest line for that particular area, where you tackle the problems of that specific area. And if you reach a certain milestone, you've got some commentator who explains what just changed and what you've done in a very dramatic, humorous way, which is pretty cool.
They might have torched Elderroot, but if the Dominion thinks the exiles are down for the count, they're in for a real surprise. Lock and load, baby. The body count is about to blast off.
Even if you die and you respawn at the respawn point there, you've got some robotic commentator telling you, I reassembled you, and I have to say you've got some awesome legs or something like this. So every time you resurrect, he says something different, which is really cool. Even if you just teleport back to the main city, he's got something to say. Even if you drive your taxi, to get from city to city or something like this, it's not a flying mount, it's actually a taxi, and the taxi driver is a robot, and the robot tells you about his everyday life and what kind of passengers he's got. Yes, it's a lot of fun actually to sit back, take the taxi to the other city, and just listen what he has to say. It's really fucking awesome. Number 3 on my list is the action combat system. Now, they didn't reinvent the wheel here either, but it's actually it is refreshing, the combat system, because you actually have to actively dodge the attacks of your enemy. You can see what range attacks or what close combat attacks he's gonna use, because you can see on the floor, on the ground, you can see cones that are directed at you, and you have to dodge this attack, otherwise you get stunned, you get knocked down or whatever. It's refreshing. You have this in Guild Wars 2 as well, where you can see where you have to place your attacks You don't necessarily see them where they place it, but in Wildstar you see them, you have to dodge them, and this gives also the raids a great edge, because you have to be wary where you step to, because if you walk in this area of effect, in this cone, you get stunned, you get one-hitted maybe. So it's refreshing, it's something different. It's not like the combat system at Age of Conan, where you have combo systems where you have to hit certain buttons to make some combos and stuff like this. But it's refreshing. It's not not reinventing the wheel, like I said, but I really like it, and it actually it's quite convincing, and it has some, it makes me feel that I actually have to really actively see and watch my enemy, what he does. Number 4 on my list is refreshing new races and the path system. Those oldest games, they're mostly medieval. You've got your standard races, the orcs and elves and humans, and this is getting boring. And Wildstar actually has some pretty cool races in there. You've got your massive stony kind of guys. I'm not quite sure what they're called just yet. I forgot the name. I should have written them down. You've got robotic humanoids that look like the robots from Battlestar Galactica. So it's really refreshing. Then you've got your evil-looking, kind of cat style, big tails, whipping tails. It's really refreshing to see this kind of diversity, and it gives it's something new. Some new characters, some new races to choose from, not like the old grind, elves, orcs, and shit like this. It's really cool. So, also the path system you can choose when you create your character. You've got, for example, the settler who collects resources and builds stuff. For example, for the housing area. You've got your basic adventurer who goes around the map and places some claims on lands, and who discovers the very, very furthest corner of the map, which I did, which is really cool. The path system is really something. You can just take a break from questing, from grinding the quests, and do your path system. For each area in the game, there's a certain amount of path quests you can do, and which give you, which help you progress in your path experience. You gather experience, and once you reach a certain amount of experience, you enter a tier and you get some special rewards. For example, a title or a special bag or something like this. Yeah. Number 5 on my list is the raids. Unfortunately, I did not get to the chance to go into the raids on the open beta, because I spent way too much time reading through the quests and to know what I actually do. And I took way too much time to actually do the path system, so I was only level 16 when the open beta ended. But I've watched a lot of streams and a lot of videos, and of course the dev speaks as well. And apparently the raids are like the good old days, 20-man and 40-man raids, and they are challenging as hell. I've seen a lot of videos from Forced Strategy Gaming, or even on the live streams, and it's really hard to get 40 people together. So I'm not quite sure if this is going to work out, because it's obviously a very PvE heavy, this game, but getting 40 people on an evening together and raid, I'm not quite sure if this is still okay in our time now. But the combat system with the bosses are very hard, especially with this new cone system. The combat system, you have to be very careful where you step. You need to actively dodge. You have to jump around, get out of the attacks of the boss and the mobs and all there. So it's quite challenging, it looks like. And everybody says, even the devs, they're always talking about how challenging, how difficult it is. It is nothing for casual gamers and so on. So I'm pretty excited to see how this is going to work out. And I've gotten another special for you. Everybody's asking, oh, is this game gonna be free to play? And how about make the game free to play and shit? You actually can make the game free to play yourself with this Creed system. Or cred system. I think it's Creed, it's a double E in there. You can make the game free to play yourself. The Creed system works kind of that way. If you have enough money, you know, you don't have as much time to play to get some in-game currency. You can buy some game time, which is called cred. It's an in-game item. You can put it on the auction house or some trading hub there. And a player who is playing a lot but don't want to pay the $15 a month, he can then go with this in-game currency and buy this cred and activate another 30 days of game time. So this is very flexible. It's used in EVE Online and it's working really cool. So I'm looking forward to see if this is actually working within an RPG online game. So those are my top 5 plus a special reasons why you guys should give Wildstar a go. I'm gonna get myself Wildstar as well and see how it is for the first couple of months when the games, when a lot of characters actually get into the end game and how the raids are feeling. So yeah, are you going to play Wildstar yourself? What do you think about my top 5? Do you have some different top 5s as well, or do you have more reasons why Wildstar should get a chance to be played? Let me know in the comment section below. My name is Gorax. Catch you later.